with What's Linda Cooking. Today, I am making some vegan rolls, and these are dinner rolls, but I'm actually going to make them almost like hot dog buns because I am doing like, I have some seafood salad left and some chicken salad left, and I just need to make some. So that's what we're going to do. But first, and I always make them vegan because my grandson is, he can't have dairy and he can't have egg. So I tend to bake my breads as vegan so that I have them for him. And this is from, let me see, I don't even know what this is from. I'll put it in the thing. The author is Andrew Barnard, okay? So that's what, and I'll get the site for you. But we're going to be making this, but first I have to make my oat milk because I don't have any oat milk, so here we go. So I've got my oats that were soaked. We're gonna put those in there. And we've got 4 cups of water. Can I throw that in there? This is going to make a lot of oat milk. I only wanted to make a cup, but I read the directions wrong. So there we go. And we're going to put this on alternative milk. That's going to run for about 5 minutes, but not really because oat milk doesn't need to run that long. Okay, it is just about done. And it is done. So I only need, like I said, I made a mistake. I need about a cup. Oh! Okay, we'll get that out. I need only about a cup and a half. So let's do about a cup and a half, and hopefully that won't plop. About a cup and a half, a little more than a cup and a half. Well, about a cup and a half. And then I'm going to fish this out of here. So there we go. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to put into a jar. This is just a tomato jar that I had from Primal Kitchen. And we're just going to put that. Now you can strain it, but I don't really need to. There's a little bit more in there, but we're going to need that for brushing. So that's okay. So let me take this. So that's how easy it is. Let me put this over here. To make your oat milk. It's really easy. Especially when you have the deluxe cooking blender. Very, very easy. So we're going to put that aside because we're going to need it for warming. And actually, I'm going to put my butter in here and then we're going to warm it up. And I have my tea in the microwave, so let's take that out. I have tea every single morning. And maybe 3 cups, maybe 4 cups. It is, don't judge me. But that's how much I usually have. And my head's getting cut off here. Let me put you back here a little bit. There we go. And so I always have this. So this is going to go into the refrigerator. And we're just going to use this. And if I'm baking anything else, I will use it. If not, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze it because I'm not going to see my grandson for at least 4 days. And I don't want it to go bad because oat milk can get bad really quickly. So I might just freeze it and then defrost it when I get to his house. So I need about 4 tablespoons of butter. So let me grab this. We've got almost 2 there. I think it's 4 tablespoons. Let me see. No, 2 tablespoons. So I almost have 2 there. And I always get Imperial because for his, I use butter at home, but he can't have butter. Because I noticed the Country Crock had really the same ingredients. But it was like triple the price. So that's why I just get Imperial for him. And we don't use it often. It's just when we get called upon for, for baking and stuff like that. That's the only time we actually use it is in baking. So we're going to put this, and I'm just going to throw this in for maybe 30 seconds or so and see how that is. And now I'm just going to put the rest of the ingredients together. So let me put my recipe right there. I've got my mixer right here. Let's plug that in. There we go. And I don't know about you, but deluxe stand mixer, I always put these, I just store them right in here. It's just easier to have them right there. And I'm going to use the kneading blade. And I need 4 cups of flour. Another little hint that I do is I always keep a measuring cup, and this one's an adjustable one, in my flour because I use it so much so I don't have to get another one out. So we need about 4 cups, and that is not quite 4, and I will make that up. 1, 2. That's a little bit more, but that's okay. 3, because I needed to make some up. 4. And if I need to add more liquid because it just doesn't have enough liquid, I will. Okay, so it's 4 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of cane sugar. And of course, did I put one out? And I'm gonna end up having to, oh, here we go. I got one right here. 4 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm sure you could use honey if you wanted to. You could probably put in some maple syrup if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just use regular, and I always get my sugar around baking time, and I can usually get 4 pounds for $1.99, so that's what I tend to do. And sugar stores indefinitely, so that's a good tip if you want. So that's the 4 tablespoons of that. 2 1/4 tablespoons of yeast. Now, I always put my yeast in the freezer. I buy it by the pound, and then I put it in a jar and use it. In fact, I have a pound in there in my cabinet, freeze-dried, so I'll use that when it comes time. So I need about 2 1/4, so there's 2 1/2, so I'm just going to do it a little bit less than 2 1/2. And there we go. And let's see how that is. Let's do it a little more. Okay, I'm gonna put that in a second. And then a teaspoon of salt. What I like about these adjustable is it just adjusts. So I can use a tablespoon, teaspoon, and so forth. So we've got that in there. And then I'm just gonna start this a little bit, and then we're gonna add the warm ingredients. And we're just going to knead it. And this is gonna be, in the video, it said it was like a wet dough. So we are gonna see kind of a wet dough. So let's put this on, and let's start the kneading process. And this does have a kneading thing on it, so we're gonna hit that. And we're just gonna let that go. Just to mix up a little bit of those dry ingredients. And then, and that's mixing up, we're gonna take this, not completely done, but this will do it, because this is gonna knead for 8 minutes. So we're gonna pour this in. There we go. And I am going to get a little spatula. There we go. And we got a little bit of butter on there. So let's get off, if I can get it. It would be easier if I just stopped it. Let's pause it. Get that butter off and in there. And we're gonna just let this go. Hold on. I'm gonna let that go for the 8 minutes and come back. And I'm just waiting with flour all over me, but I'm just waiting. And this is gonna shut off in 3 minutes. Mixer stopped. So it's done kneading. So here we are. And it is a little bit of a wet dough. And in the video that he showed, yep, it was a wet dough. In fact, probably a little wetter than this. So let's take this off. And we're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna gather it up a little bit. Let's see if I can move this back. Shut this off. There we go. Okay, so here's what we've got. So I'm just gonna kind of gather this into a ball, and we're going to let it rest for, see, look at how nice this is. Look at how nice this is, okay? Gonna let this rest for about an hour, and then we're gonna shape our rolls. Okay, we have this, it's pretty much doubled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it out on here. Let me get all of it too. Let's get all this. We want it all. We don't want any of it to go to waste. And plus, when you're washing dough, you don't want it to really go down your sink either because it messes up the pipes. So we're just going to kind of bring it back into a ball. It's sticking a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm going to take, I have a bench scraper here, and I need to do it in about 6s. So I'm going to do this right down here. And then, not exactly even, but that's okay. So we're going to do this and this. And it says to do these in balls, but because I'm doing more like rolls, I'm going to kind of do them like torpedoes. So let's kind of just roll them. See if I can get this nice and smooth, and then kind of put them like that and into my pan. And I'm going to do 6 of these. Let's see if I can move this. Well, just like that. I'll be able to still do that. The other way I could do it is kind of do it like I would a regular roll, and kind of do it like this, just like that, and kind of do it seam side down. Let's see, get a little bit of that. Let's do this. Let's do it like that, kind of like that. And then that, seam side down. And so these are going to be like sub rolls or hot dog rolls, but you can also make them as dinner rolls. Just do them 12 and fit them in there. Let's see if I can do it like this. I don't think it really matters either way. I just want them kind of the whole way down. There we go. Like that. 2 more. And then I'm going to cover these and let them rise for about 45 minutes. And I don't care if they're perfect or not. It doesn't need to be. These are homemade. So they don't need to be absolutely even and perfect. So I'm going to kind of move this over like this so we can get these all in. And we're going to see how we like these vegan rolls. We'll see. And if we don't, I'll try a new recipe. Put that in there. I'm gonna do this because that's a little squished in there. And these are going to raise. There we go. Let's get that out. Oh. And these are going to raise for about 45 minutes, 45 minutes, till about double. Okay, these are done. Right, look at those. Look how nice they are. So those rose for about a half an hour, 40 minutes. And now I've got my oven on 375, and I've got a little bit of oat milk here and my maple syrup. And hopefully I have enough maple syrup in here. I don't know. You need about a tablespoon or so. So let's see, that might be it. Maybe a little more. So I'm going to cover that. And I'm just going to mix that in and then brush this with the mixture. Just like that. Oh my gosh, these look, I'm hoping that these are going to be great because I have my meats all ready for my sandwich. And if I don't get to use these today, I might put them in the freezer so that we can have them next week for my husband's sandwiches for the week. So we'll see. And that's what I use my freezer a lot for things like this, bread and veggies and leftover scraps and stuff like that. So, because I don't want anything to go to waste, you know. So we're going to put these in, like I said, a 375 degree oven, and we'll see how they look. Here we go. Let's shut that. And I always keep my oven door open a little bit in the wintertime. The residual heat just heats the house. You might as well use the residual heat. Unless you're going to cook again, then keep it closed so it stays. So we're just going to brush these a little more. And then I'm going to unmold these in just a little, when they cool a little bit. And then I'm going to have them. But they look good. I mean, they look like rolls. Some are bigger than others, but that's okay. Let's unmold them. Hopefully they will unmold. Oh, and they did. Oh, look at how beautiful. Let's turn these over. Can I do it? They're gonna break, but that's okay. They have slits in them. Let's see. We'll do it this way. There we go. That's a better way. Okay. And in a couple of minutes, I'll kind of open them up and I'll make my sandwich. Okay, let's see how we did. Let's break off one of these. And if it'll let us. Oh yeah, there it goes. I actually think this one's too big for what I want, so I'm gonna go with this one. And yes, they are warm still, but look at how nice these came out. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Look at that. Put that there. Get this over here. Let me just taste this. Oh my gosh, it's nice and airy and soft. It's beautiful bread. So I'm gonna cut it. Oh, how should I cut it? You know what? I think I'm gonna cut it this way. Like you would like a, I think this is more like a Coney Island type. It's probably too hot for me to do this, but that's okay. And I might have cut it a little bit too much. And I only have a little bit left of our seafood salad that I made for this week. But we're gonna put this in here. And this is what I'm having for lunch. What are you having for lunch? I'd love to hear. So here we go. Look at how beautiful this is. Homemade rolls. You can make them as dinner rolls or as sandwich rolls, as I have done. And these are vegan. Of course, my seafood salad isn't vegan. I'm only making it vegan for my grandson, the bread. And this is what I made today. What are you making up? I'd love to hear it. This is Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Bye for now.